What is up, team? Welcome back to the Red Storm Rapid Reaction Podcast. I'm Pat King. St. John's moves to 10-1 in the season in an ugly affair against New Hampshire. A 64-51 break the backboard, take offensive basketball back decades. Ugly, ugly game. But of course, it's not a loss. I don't know if you can say a win's a win, but it's not a loss. All right. It's actually a 13-point win without a starter, without another rotation piece. So perhaps there's some, silver linings you can try to unearth. But still, offensively, that was one of the ugliest performances we've seen to date. In fact, I would call it the ugliest. We couldn't hit shots from the perimeter. We could not make contested looks. We couldn't make uncontested looks at the rim. Posh Alexander has continued to struggle offensively. Tonight, he missed two fast break layups to go along with his 0 for 8 performance overall. Curbelo struggled shooting. Jones got 20 points, but he didn't exactly light it up in the field. Storr, in fact, was the only guard to have an above average shooting night. We'll get to his stat line later, but he showed a lot of good stuff on the offensive end. And tonight chipped in with 4 boards. So good to see an all-around game from the freshman. Hopefully we'll see some continued success there. But tonight was not pretty. It was not a step in the right direction offensively. Again, I'm just never seen a team that's looks so lethargic on the offensive end while showing so much effort on the defensive end. Tonight was a good defensive performance. We played well. We forced, New Hampshire was struggling to get the ball across half court. We put a lot of pressure in the backcourt. We out-rebounded them. We did a good job forcing tough looks. We only gave up 50-something points. Defense was not the problem. But offensively, New Hampshire kind of showed the playbook for the rest of the teams this year. Give us space, force tough shots on the inside, make us take shots from the perimeter that we don't want to take. And a nights like tonight when we can't make anything, you're going to see teams hang around, or if we're playing really good teams, create distance between us. We're going to have to find a way to score points. And you can't just rely on your athleticism, your ability to beat teams in transition. You got to get creative and develop some type of game plan, some type of structure that will get you some good looks in the half court when teams force you to play in the half court. Mathis is a piece that wasn't there tonight, and he has been a solid shooter when he's taking consistently solid feet set looks. Tonight, a lot of the shots we missed were those shots. Would he have helped? Who knows? He's still not a dead-eye shooter or some guy that people are going to be chasing off screens, but he's at least showed the capability this year to make those shots when they give him space. Wusu made 1 3 tonight, took a couple terrible looks. I still think when his feet are set and the defense is letting him shoot from 3, it's a good look. I don't want him rushing to take threes. I don't want him eager to take contested threes. That's for sure. But he did do some good things out there tonight. Again, had some other things besides the point column, some rebounds, some assists. Did finish at the rim. We didn't see the starting backcourt have much success. Pinzone had a 3 early on in the game on a nice pump fake, 1 dribble, resize up and buried it. Other than that, he didn't score. Didn't get much minutes down the stretch, it seemed, either. Soriano, big beast inside. It's almost like you don't have to mention it again, double-double. But, you would have liked to see us take another step forward after asserting our dominance against DePaul and take care of a New Hampshire team before going down to Florida. Wasn't exactly the case. And there were some negatives, I thought, overall body language. I don't want to break things down in that sense from my TV screen, but, we could see some guys unhappy with how it was going. And Curbelo especially was having a frustrating time out there, had a couple turnovers late, and you could see he was upset, kind of waved his hand like, what's going on? Didn't get back on defense. The coach was upset. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's nothing that lingers on. But you don't like to see it in any game. I've said a few times, he seems like a guy who gets up for the bigger games against the better competition. This was the last of the dreads. Florida State, albeit a bad season so far, is still a high major team who, if you don't take seriously, could beat you. Ask Florida State, ask Purdue, who they played closely. Another one of those teams, Louisville, they took to the woodshed today. They are god awful. But Florida State is definitely someone we can't afford to, take lightly. Go out there, finish up the non-conference season with 11 wins, come back to the Big East play 1-0, take on a Villanova team that's beatable at their place. Would be a great opportunity to sneak up and get a big win. But tonight wasn't exactly the recipe. Hopefully, it illuminates some stuff we got to work on, and it can get guys motivated into getting better. Hopefully, some guys take time to work on their games on their own. Shooting, especially, is something you can work on. Not that you can become a great shooter overnight, but these guys are in a bad spot right now. It seems mentally. Posh, Wusu, Curbello's hot and cold. Some nights he has great shooting nights, and some nights he's got ice cold shooting nights. But let's take a look at some of the box scores. Thanks again, guys, for subscribing on the YouTube channel. This is the first half numbers. We shot 29% in the first half. We only had 25 points. I took this screenshot after Soriano's first bucket to start the second half. So we only had 25 points in the first half, shoot 28%. You make 1 3. You only get to the line for 4 makes on 6 attempts. You're going to have a slow scoring game, and teams are going to hang around. And luckily, we were playing against a New Hampshire team who only scored 22 points. They only shot 32%. So credit to our defense, I guess. Credit to the fact that we didn't play a great team. Or, that's actually a backhanded compliment. Let's get some solid competition next year. Come on, fellas. But as you can see, we didn't exactly light it up in the first half. The second half, Storm made some big plays. Overall, he had 13 points. He was 5 for 9 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. And there's that number I said, which is almost as equally important as the points, I think. 4 rebounds. He had some defensive possessions that were really solid, made some big plays. Step in the direction and in the positive direction for him, absolutely. With the starters, Jones led the way, 20 points, didn't light it up from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. He did really get after it on the glass again. 12 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds. A handful of those offensive rebounds were off his own misses inside, but still fighting hard. You can see he was out there playing hard. 4 steals, 3 blocks. He's athletic. He's tough. He does have to rein it in a bit, but with our team, unfortunately, the way we were built offensively, he's going to have to force some shots, it seems. Soriano, 14 and 14, 3 assists to go along with it, 2 blocks, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Just another go to work, be the best player inside performance out there for Joel Soriano. Pinzone, like I said, started the game, hit the 3 early. Other than that, in 18 minutes, he didn't make another basket. He did have 4 rebounds and assists. He did get beat on another 3 in the second half. Just that one comes to mind. I'm not sure if there's any other slip-ups, but it's similar to the DePaul game. Just a simple pin down screen. He got caught watching the ball, was later on the screen. This guy got an open look buried in his face. Got to get better on that end. Posh, like we said, 2 points, 0 for 8 from the field, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 4 turnovers. Not a good performance. One of the worst we've seen from him. The 2 misses on the fast break, you can't really chalk up to anything besides just, it happens from time to time, and mentally he's struggling. I think there's 3-point shot attempts he has to take with the way he's guarded. I'd like to see him more willing to take the ones when he catches it in rhythm off the catch, as opposed to him dribbling for 3 or 4 seconds and deciding to take it. But you hope to see him, find some type of confidence, some sort of belief in himself from there. It's hard to make shots on the side of the paint with his size when teams are expecting him to do nothing besides drive to the rim and take that shot. He's such a talented player, such an unorthodox performer in the fact that he impacts the game in so many unique ways, aside from scoring, which it seems like everyone these days can score the basketball. But Posh Alexander is great for all the other reasons besides scoring: his toughness, his leadership, his fight, his will, his defense. And while in games where he is scoring, he is capable of making shots. He takes a step into a whole new level of player. So hopefully he can find a way to improve his ability somewhat and get some confidence and get back to some of the Posh we've seen in years past. If we don't see him scoring the ball, we're still going to get 110% effort. He's still going to make plays defensively. He's really not on the list of my highest concerns, if I'm being honest. I'd be more concerned about our offensive flow overall than it is Posh Alexander, although he is a guy who's out there who contributes to our lack of spacing and maybe sometimes our lack of ability to create offense in the half court. Curbello, 5 points. Like I said about the body language, it was not his best night out there. 4 rebounds. He did have a couple good defensive plays, I thought. Inside, it's similar to everybody tonight. We were really working our asses off on defense. The effort wasn't the problem. Offensive, we were just lethargic and we weren't moving the ball crisply. We were standing there holding it. I thought Wasu especially, although he did some good things on offense, he had sticky hands. He was holding on the ball for way too long. I was saying to other guys, move, cut, and they weren't exactly doing it. But still, Wasu, give the ball up, go set a screen, go cut yourself. But make a cut yourself. Everything is easier when everyone's out there moving, and it's not always easy to make those cuts when the defense is giving you 5 feet of space and just hoping you do something with the ball in your hands. But we allow that by sitting back and just passing the ball aimlessly around the perimeter, hold on to it 3 or 4 seconds, pass to the next guy, dribble, hold on to it, pass to the next guy. It was really, really tiresome and boring to watch, honestly. From a team that gives so much effort on defense, I don't understand it. But that about wraps it up for the Dreads. Like I said, Florida State next. We're gonna have to do better than some of these numbers. We can't shoot 35%. We can't shoot 25% from three. We can't have only only 10 assists in a game. We got to share the ball more than that and get some easy baskets. Those 4 fouls, that's a first for this bunch, it seems. I don't know what was going on tonight. Refs really let guys play. That'd be great if we could duplicate that performance a few more times this year. That 16 offensive rebounds number, that's good. Again, for a team that shoots as poorly as we do, we're going to have to get creative and get some extra possessions by crashing the glass. That's a good sign. Florida State, notoriously good defensive rebounding team, although they don't have the size they generally do this year due to an off year and some injuries. We're going to have to do our best to control the glass against them this coming Saturday or Sunday. I think it's Saturday. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel, Red Storm Rapid Reaction Podcast. Thanks for listening on iTunes or Spotify. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Agree, disagree, it's all good. I know there's a bunch of varying opinions, and you could be happy, sad, disappointed, or excited about this team. Doesn't mean you're wrong. Doesn't mean you're right either. Doesn't mean I'm wrong or right. But that's what makes it's fun. All right, let's talk about it. For Phil Green, this has been Pat Kane. Peace.